All right, friends. Well, welcoming you to Chair Yoga for the care of Waldenstroms. I'm here in my studio today. Got a new backdrop that's kind of giving me a little bit of inspiration to spread the rays of vitality. And, it was so wonderful to chat with you last week about your experience of what fatigue feels like to you. But that seed was planted, and I thought about it over the weekend a lot. And I wanted to design this class a little bit so that we could address fatigue to help increase our sense of vitality, to think of this class as like an energetic reset. But just to sort of mirror back to you what you told me, how you describe your fatigue. Just naming it and talking about it can be very helpful, can be uplifting. So some of you described your fatigue as heaviness, exhaustion, couldn't hold my head up, overall fogginess, including brain fog, frustration, doesn't improve with rest, complete stop, passivity, not making plans, not doing anything, and so on and so on. And if there are any other ways you'd like me to know about how you experience your fatigue, you can type those into the chat or you can email me. I think this is a topic that will just go on and on, with our group, that we're always wanting to be, addressing fatigue. So today we're going to explore movement and breath work to help with increasing our sense of vitality and do that energetic reset. So let's begin with a little centering exercise. I would love to see you plant your feet on the ground and come away to the edge of the chair if that would feel safe for you. You can let the arms rest at the sides. You can let the hands rest on the lap. And perhaps you'd like to close the eyes. That's an option. And just beginning to enter into our class together as a community, welcoming you, Allison. We're plugging into the earth for a moment. So feeling the connection that your body's making with the supports below, and just taking a couple of breaths to nourish. So we're breathing in, breathing out at our own pace. Easy breath in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Can you let go of holding the belly for a moment? Let the waist expand with the breath. Finding that breath cycle that works for you. Thank you for your patience with my volume there. I had it set on the wrong intake. So just for a moment, I want you to sort of make friends with the sense of energy in the body, and how we experience that is different. But if you could connect with your sense of energy, of how much energy you have today, just taking a moment to feel vitality in the body. And that could show up a number of ways. And if your energy level is kind of low today, maybe you could imagine giving yourself, your tired self, a hug. You have a little compassion for that person who's experiencing fatigue. Maybe you want to give yourself an actual hug. That would be wonderful. And then when you're ready to come out of that, we can just blink the eyes open. Sometimes I ask you to ascribe a numerical value to your sense of energy. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to get bogged down with quantifying, but just kind of getting the sense of energy in the body. So Posture is so, so key for our energy levels. And many of us spend a lot of time seated, and sometimes, including myself, spend time kind of hunched over a little bit. So coming into an upright posture and maybe lifting the arms straight out, wiggling the fingers. And I'm just going to bring my elbows back and squeeze my shoulder blades together behind me. So I'm opening the chest. I'm going to inhale, arms forward. Exhale, squeeze. So I'm strengthening the muscles along the upper spine that are going to help me stay lifted. Got it, Greg. Beautiful. Let's take 2 or 3 more. Getting that heart open. And I'm going to take 1 more big breath here. And then I'll just bring my arms down and back and find a way to hold on to my chair. So my arms behind me, I'm naturally creating this space across the chest. I might close my eyes and just take a breath into the chest, into the heart center. And imagine there is a hand on my upper back, lifting my heart, like lifting the heart towards the sky. So I'm feeling that strength in the upper back. And then I can just release that and maybe let the arms swing for a moment. Then I'm going to come into some whole body movements. Whole body movements to get my blood and my lymph fluid flowing. So I'm going to come again to the edge of my chair, rolling up my sleeves, and I'm going to start to march in place. Opposite arm, opposite leg. You're going to go at the pace that feels good to you. And don't forget to find your breath flowing in and out. Marching in place, nice and stable through the core. Maybe you're going slow today. Maybe you're going fast. Maybe you have a little song you'd like to sing. I am pumping the energy through my body. Or whatever feels good. Maybe there's an ants go marching one by one, humming along. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to take the hands down for a moment. And maybe I can work with my feet for just a moment, rocking them. So lifting the toes, lifting the heels, or maybe just seeing if you could contract the calf muscles. Lifting the toes, lifting the heels, feeling that imprint. And then I'm going to go ahead and, welcoming you, Edith, bring my hands at my sides, and I'm just going to stamp my feet. I don't know if you could hear that. I'm stamping my feet, and I'm going kind of fast, but I want you to go at whatever pace feels good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the hands, rest the feet. Take a breath. All right, and then I'm going to take a wider stance. That's good. Take a sip of water if you need it. Take a wider stance here and begin to circle my torso. Whole body movement. I want my whole body involved with this. Circling in one direction. And maybe you can notice the room around you as you do this. Maybe your gaze can rest on objects or things that are attractive to you, that you like, that bring you joy. Maybe you want to go the other direction. All right, and then I'm coming to center. I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides. And once again, I'm looking to strengthen the muscles along the upper back by squeezing my shoulder blades together and lifting my heart on a platter. And then I'll bring my forearms together, squeeze the forearms, maybe the palms touch as well. And we're breathing in, opening wide, squeeze it open. Exhale, squeeze it shut. Let's do 3 more. With the breath. Really good, Marty. Opening wide. And exhale. Got it, Joan. 1 more. Squeeze, and then I'm going to give myself another hug. Right? Just trying to build a sense of compassion for that tired version of yourself that sometimes appears. And then let's come back. And I'm going to grab onto my chair and just walk my feet in and walk my feet out. So I'm using my whole leg. Got it. Walking in and out. The gaze could be straight ahead. The gaze could be down. Like if you're experiencing anxiety lately, always a good little tip to just bring the gaze to the earth. Good. Walking in and out 1 more time. Next time you come in, you can stay there. And I'm going to do a little recharge here, resting my hands in my lap. Feet are on the earth. I'm going to close my eyes, and once again, I'm going to notice my sense of energy or vitality in the body. What does the energy feel like in my chest, in my belly? Do I feel a sense of warmth in my arms, in my legs? And I could just plug in again to that earth energy in my seated mountain pose. All right, and then coming out of that, I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides again and walk my feet apart. So I'm in a wide stance with my arms out to the sides. I'm going to walk both leg and arm in on one side, both in, and we're going to do that for a little bit. So walking both in and both out on the same side, just noticing your sense of stability with that, or lack thereof. Opposites walking out now. We'll do opposites. So turn that little switch in the brain. Maybe it's not so easy at first to go back and forth with the opposites. Right? So my core stays centered, and I'm bringing opposite arm, opposite leg out, creating a new neural pathways, right? If this is something we haven't done in a while. All right, and now I'm going to go back to same side, in and out, for just a couple more. And I'm just noticing, maybe laughing at myself a little bit for the challenge of this. All right, and then giving myself a hug, tucking the chin. Maybe I want to take a sip of water. And that's a little something you can do on your own, right? Whole body movements, just seated, especially before you stand up, to get the blood flowing, get the energy going. And also, side body is a really important concept for a sense of energy in terms of the muscles in between the ribs that are used for breathing along with the diaphragm. I know I've said it so many times in so many classes, but let's begin to kind of get in touch with the side body. I'm going to slide my right hand up my right rib cage and lean to the left. And I'll just take a couple of breaths here as if I had gills. Breathing the right side, opening up the right gills and relaxing. And then coming back to center, left hand, sliding up the left rib cage, leaning to the right, as if I had gills on the left side. And I'm going to be careful about flopping my head over. So I want that head to be in line with my spine, just going straight up. You got it, Gordon. And then coming back to center. This time I'm going to float the right arm up to the right a little bit. And I might stay here. The palm could be up, the palm could be down. I might kind of play around with moving the palm up and down a few times. And then I'll come back to center, lift the left arm up, lean to the right, palm moving up and down. Good. And then let's go ahead and lift that right arm as far up and over as feels good. And I'm really breathing into this right side body again. Those gills are opening. And releasing. I don't know why I thought of gills. Maybe it was because I talked to Gordon this morning. He told me about his trip to the aquarium. We're talking about aquatic creatures. Left arm lift, gills on the left side opening. Good. And then we'll come back. And now I'm going to walk my feet back to center and I'll start to march in place again. Opposite arm, opposite leg. If you're really depleted today, skip this and just sit and breathe. You always have permission to not do something. Just a reminder. All right. And now I'm going to come back and just bring my right leg over to the right. I'll bring the left leg straight out, or maybe sweep it to the left a little bit. So I've opened the hips. See how that feels for you. If you feel unstable here, please try to make it stable. And I'm going to lean my right arm down onto my right thigh. And I notice right away I kind of want to crumble in. So I'm going to try to bring my left shoulder back. And there is this long line where I am trying to lift up out of my chair, lift that left arm up. Not much weight is going into this right arm for my extended side angle. And I'm trying to kind of lift my heart up towards the ceiling. It's a big stretch. Breathe. Relax that shoulder a little bit. You've got it. And then come on back to center. Maybe that wasn't for you, and that's okay. I'm going to walk both feet back to center, and I might just take a moment to ground myself before I switch sides. So grounding myself might mean I just notice the connection my feet are making with the earth, or my seat is making with the chair. I might just take one breath in, sigh it out, and then let's bring that left leg to the left. The right leg out in front, or sweeping that right leg to the side. The hips are kind of open here. Find a sense of stability. And I'm going to lean over to the left side, that left forearm. I'm going to try to refrain from crumbling in, so that right shoulder's back. And then I'm going to lift this right arm up and over and feel this line of energy on the right side body. You've got it. Big breath in. Maybe that right arm straightens, maybe not. Not much weight in the left arm, right? See what happens when you take a little weight out? And then let's come back, walk both feet in, take the arms out to the sides, give yourself another hug. And then we'll rest the hands in the lap and take a moment to decide whether today is the day to do some standing postures or not. And if that's in your practice today, you might mindfully come to stand. Maybe you want to do that gradually. You want to come up and come down a few times. Maybe before you stand, you want to do a few butt squeezes to kind of get the glute muscle warmed up and then come to stand. Right? So you do you. Take a little sip of water here. And then I'll come to find a way to stand that feels good to me. If that's in my practice today, I can always come back down to sit. I'm going to notice my feet on the ground, whether I'm seated or standing. I could hold on to my chair, or I could rest my arms at my sides. Pulling my belly towards my spine. My legs are strong. My heart is lifted. I might lift my shoulders up, back, and down a few times. So remembering that the unrounded posture will be better for my energy levels through my whole system. I can get a better breath without that. You got it. And then I'm plugging into that earth energy once again. And I could close my eyes here and just notice my energy level again. What's my sense of vitality? And then we'll begin to march in place. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Is there a little song that you might like to sing? You could sing it out loud in your own space, or you could sing it internally in your mind. And I'm really excited about tomorrow's class. We're going to be dancing. There'll be music. We won't be recording it. So I'm getting us warmed up for tomorrow, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm going to sink down into my comfortable chair. That's just my chair pose, friends. So I've bent my knees. If you have knee issues, only go a little ways. Bring the hips back. Pull the belly in. And we're going to do a few chair pulses here. So I've got my arms at my sides, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Got it, Joyce? Inhale, lift, swoop the arms up. Exhale, sink back down, arms coming back behind you like a skier. Inhale, lift. Energy up. Exhale, sink back down, so strong through the legs. Let's do 3 more of these if that feels good. Got it, Dave. Sink those knees, bring those arms back. And 1 more. You got it, Linda. So nice. All right, I'm going to come up to stand. I'm going to hold onto my chair. I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes. If I'm seated, I'm going to work my feet and my toes, however feels good. So coming up onto my tiptoes and floating my way back down. Maybe I'm working towards taking one hand off the chair. Maybe both hands are off the chair and I want to float my way up. Or if I'm seated, maybe I want to just do the arm portion of this. Inhaling, arms rise. Exhale, float down. Maybe as you come up, you could bring the hands together, the thumb pressing with all the fingers, and then as you bring it down, the arms could come out to the sides. So we're floating our way up, floating our way down. Inhale, lift the wings, tiptoe float. Exhale, this time I'm going to sink back into my chair. Fingers are lifted. I'm going to flow 2 more times. All right, you got it, Betty Ann. Last one. Beautiful. Coming up to stand. Take a sip of water if you need it. And then go ahead and just take a little massage to the lower back alongside the spine. Root down through the feet. See if you can lift the kneecaps so the tops of the legs are working. And then I'm going to squeeze my elbows together and just lift my heart a little bit. I might lean back if I felt safe doing that. Remember the heart on a platter, right? So there's an imaginary hand on my upper back, just lifting the heart. So it's a little bit of a back bend. I could keep my chin tucked for this and keep my gaze down if I have vertigo or I get sort of dizzy easily. And then I'll release out of that and just let the arms swing. Maybe you want to cross the arms across the body. Maybe you want to move the weight from side to side. Yeah, we got to get ready for this dance class tomorrow. She's so good. I really don't know how to dance. Oh, I like that, Lois. We're doing a little windmill here. And I feel like I can dance in this class, like the way that she instructs. She just gives the easiest instructions to follow, and then suddenly you're like, I'm dancing. So windmill, this was a favorite of Rami's, right? So we're twisting the torso, the arms are swinging loose and just hitting at the last moment. The head points forward. You could keep the feet glued down, or you could lift one heel up as you twist. Just getting the energy flowing. It's a great one for that, right? And that would be something that Rami would do at the beginning of a class to get us warmed up, and he would set his little timer for 3 minutes. And 3 minutes always felt like too much for me. But then at the end of it, I would feel great. So there really was something to that, right? All right, going in for one more big hug. Take the arms across. Notice which arm you put on top. Tuck the chin. Take a breath. Release. And then let's go ahead and take a warrior one. So right foot forward, left foot back at an angle, sinking into the right knee. And we do this pretty much every class. And one reason I select this pose is you bend into that right knee and that left leg is straight. You will feel the left hip stretching. And so many of us sit a lot of the day that the psoas muscle gets very tight. So we're stretching it right now. You might bring the hands to heart center. You might want to just bend and straighten that front knee a few times. And just find a place to gaze, find your breath. If you feel wobbly, walk the right foot over to the right a little bit. Squeeze the left glute muscle, and then you might hold here for just like a moment longer. All right. And then I'm stepping my left foot forward and bringing my right foot back at an angle, switching sides, bending and straightening into my left knee. Warrior one on this side. Nice hip stretch. I can bend and straighten a few times, find my foundation. Squeeze that right glute muscle. I might hold here. I might hold with the hands to heart center. I might like to bring the arms up, whatever feels good. Just don't forget to breathe. And that little heart on the platter is for this pose as well. We're lifting the heart. You got it. And then we'll release and come to your downward facing dog. So walking the feet back, keeping the head lifted if you have glaucoma or vertigo, or maybe peeking down at the toes and taking a couple of breaths here. Maybe you want to wag the tail a little bit, the imaginary tail. And then we'll come up. And I will share with you one of my favorite breath practices called breath of joy. So maybe you want a little energetic reset in the middle of the day. You've been at your computer for a while, or you've been doing something and you want to just get the energy up. This particular breath exercise has arm movements and breathing. So I'll teach you the movement piece and then we'll add the breath. What we're going to be doing is standing with the feet about shoulder width distance apart, or hip distance, whatever feels more stable. I'm going to bring my arms straight out in front of me, out to the sides, and then all the way up as far as feels good. And then I'm going to swoop my arms down and sink down into my knees like we did in that chair pose. So arms straight out, out to the sides, all the way up, and all the way down. Now we're going to inhale, 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 exhale. Sounds like this. One more. All right, come to stand, come back to your regular breathing. That can get me kind of like, it's like better than a cup of coffee, that breath of joy. It really gets you up. If you're somebody who, experiences like being out of breath with that, you can skip it. You can do whatever breath pattern feels good. If you want to do another set of breath of joy, you can do that, or you can come to sit. So I'm going to do one more set of breath of joy. If you're ready to sit, I'll join you there in just a moment. So we're going to do 3 in a row. Inhale, 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 exhale. Last one. All right, guys. Beautiful. And now come on down to your seated posture. We'll do our hip stretch, our twist, and then alternate nostril breathing. And some rest. So go ahead and find that comfortable posture. Take that right ankle over the left knee. Take a moment to find your sensation, the level of sensation that feels right to you. And you might not have to move at all, right? Or you could lean the heart forward without rounding the back. I'm letting my shoulders and my jaw relax. I could take a couple of easy breaths here and just let myself be exactly as I am. Very good. Come to sit. Cross the knee over. Today I'm going to lift the arms up. As I exhale, I'll twist to the right with my torso and then bring the arms down in support of my twist. So I'm peeking to the right, torso doing the work. Shoulders are relaxed. You got it. One more breath. And then find your way back to center, switching sides, left ankle, right knee, or making whatever accommodation there you need to. The side could feel totally different. So just honoring whatever you come across there. Maybe you lean forward, maybe you don't. Soften where you can soften. Very good. Come to sit. Cross the knee over. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, twist the torso to the left. Bring the arms down. Keep the torso doing the work. Got it, Mike. Beautiful. One more breath. And unwinding back to center. Maybe you take a big stretch. Stretching everything one more time. Maybe you want to roll the wrists. Maybe you want to give yourself another hug for taking such good care of yourself today. We're taking care of the energy. And we're going to close with, this really is my favorite breath practice. I mean, I feel like I say that about every breath exercise. Now, this is my favorite, but I really do this every day. Sometimes I even do this while I'm driving, which maybe isn't the best. I shouldn't tell you that. But so alternate nostril breathing is just what it sounds. We're going to be using our hands or using our paws, right? Either one would work, to manually close the nostrils. So before we get started, just figure out a way that feels best for you. We're going to breathe in and out of the left nostril to start, right? So breathing in and out of the left nostril, just finding a way to close the right nostril, and it doesn't have to be a forceful close. It's a really gentle close, so some air could still come in and out. And if you're choosing not to do this today, that's great. You can try this mentally. So just feeling the air flow in and out of that left nostril. Okay, and if you're blocked in the left nostril or the right nostril, you're not going to do this because we don't want to give ourselves a headache. I'm going to try the other side now. So however feels good to you, maybe you do this mentally, maybe you do it manually. I'm closing the left nostril very gently, and I'm just going to observe. Can I breathe in and out of my right nostril? I'm not forcing it. It's not like I'm blowing my nose. It's just a stream of air, like I'm sipping nectar in and like oil is flowing out. Okay, so just noticing that and making the decision, am I too blocked to do this? Some of us have colds. You would choose to just do the mental version of this. So nadi shodhana, nadi means energy channel. It's not all about the sinuses, it's actually the channels of energy that go up and down the left sides of the body. And the point at which they meet is the third eye. So nadi means energy channel, and shodhana means the unblocking of. So we're hoping to get the energy flowing with this breath. And it's really great to balance the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So let's give it a try. I'm going to always start and end my nadi shodhana or alternate nostril breathing by breathing in and out from the left nostril. So let's go ahead and close the right nostril. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. You got it, Joan. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Take a break. Take a couple of easy breaths here and notice just with a little bit I notice I have some clarity. That might help me burn off the brain fog. That's another reason why I do nadi shodhana. So you can choose to do another set with me, or you might want to just do some regular breathing. I'm going to, again, always start and end with my left nostril. So I'm closing my right nostril. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Good. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Beautiful. Take a breath or two. Maybe you have a runny nose now. Sometimes that has that effect. You can wipe that off with a tissue. And just come back to your sense of regular breathing. We'll close our session today with another check-in with our vitality. So come to sit. Close the eyes. Maybe you're reclining. That could feel good. Give yourself a rest. And with my feet anchored down and my seat anchored down, feeling that expansiveness across the chest. Centering my awareness to the feeling of energy in my body. I'm breathing in, maybe that energy expands. Breathing out, I can ground and recharge. Taking a few more nourishing breaths. Maybe you can feel the gills on the right and left sides of the body opening, closing. Very good, my friends. You could stay just like this, breathing, relaxing, doing nothing for a while. I will close our class, so we seal it with an Om and 3 Shantis for peace. The peace, the word Shanti means peace, and maybe the first Shanti can be for ourselves in this moment. Our second Shanti can be for the people in this room and those watching the recording. And the third Shanti, well, we can just spread that as far and wide as our energy will allow. So breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'm thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste.